I'm Daja Sawyer. I am an outpatient manager at Comprehensive Life Resources. From the time I was a teenager, I knew I was always very interested in mental health as a field. I have loved ones who've been impacted, myself having also been impacted by mental health concerns, and I knew that I wanted to be part of the people who help. That led me on a journey to figuring out how do you become the person who helps. And so I've had a lot of different experiences, met a lot of awesome people along the way, and then I found myself here. And I've been here in a variety of different roles, so that's been fun too. Historically, my role has been doing a lot of work with the internship program. I am the practicum instructor for a lot of our MSW students in the outpatient program, and then I support other people as they're getting their interns enrolled to be able to do their internships with our services. Previously, I was also a therapist. I was school-based for a lot of years, so going out into the community. And now I support interns and staff who are in our outpatient program and School Connect, delivering services to the Tacoma community and Pierce County community. Everyone in this field has some level of lived experience, whether that be through loved ones or their own personal lived experience as well. And I'm no different than that. I felt the experience of receiving services within different communities, and I found that the most impactful services for me were always when it was done with people who looked like me, who I could see myself in. And so going through, I realized how impactful that is, and I wanted to be that for somebody else too. I think social work is not done in a vacuum, and I give a lot of credit to the people who have been alongside me on this journey, on hard days, on great days when we're celebrating. But I think that this work, social work is social, and so having a community around you and people that support you throughout it is very important. I wish I had known how much I was going to learn about myself in this work. I think that I came into this feeling like I had done all of my work, which is kind of silly to think about. But I wish I had known that this is something that you're never in a perfect spot to do. Even day to day, there's not going to be like a, wow, I feel wonderful today, so I'm going to do a really good job. Like, you are going to be an imperfect person doing imperfect work, but as long as you're consistently showing up and present with people, they feel that. I think in the beginning, I put a lot of pressure in myself of I need to be this certain facade, but I think that being authentically myself has taken a lot of that pressure off of myself too. I do feel like there is a value in mental health in Pierce County. I think that locally we do see a lot of people having, and even like generationally, there's been this increase of discussion about mental health. Now it feels like people are way more open about mental health services and use word of mouth to be able to share about services that they do enjoy. But there's always going to be room to grow locally, but also statewide as well. Like, accessibility is a big barrier for folks, especially in the more rural areas of Pierce County. I think that we have a lot of our services based in the Tacoma area or Puyallup, but then we might lose some of the folks who have to travel all the way in from places like Buckley or out on the peninsula. And so I think that as a county, we have to make sure that our services are getting out to everybody and not just the people who are closer to the city areas. I mentioned like finding your community, find your personal supports, find your work supports, but I also do recommend for people in the field to be like actively receiving therapy too and getting their own professional supports. I think that as a field, sometimes we also hold our own internal stigmas about being working professionals and receiving therapy at the same time, but I think it's an important part of our work, and it's how we keep ourselves feeling mentally well and going through the ups and downs that come with the work that we do. I always like to plug that.